Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Your Big Music Moment, our weekly music happy hour at 5 p.m. weekdays. Join us. Yesterday, we had a great episode with Alyssa Trahan, really amazing artist out of Nashville. And we've got another artist out of Nashville today, Styles. So we're looking forward to chatting with him and his guitar player, Zach, and hearing some great music. And just before we do that, I'd like to acknowledge our presenting partner, Soundcore. They make amazing earbuds, a Liberty 2 Pro, and check them out. We'll be talking a lot more about them. They're a great product, but just be aware of that. And here's Styles and Zach. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up? How are y'all doing out there?
What's up, guys?
We're doing great. We are doing great. So before we have a lot of great stuff to talk about, and it's been a pleasure to meet you. But before we do that, why don't we just jam on a song?
Hey, absolutely. All right, so this first song is a brand new one. It's called "I Don't Even Know That Guy." I got to write this one myself, my buddy James Kelly, Jeremy Bussey, and Mr. Rob Snyder. Those guys got a bunch of hits in Nashville, so hopefully y'all enjoy this one. Here we go. I feel weird just sitting here, living through all my wild years. I guess I went through here before I met you. South sail always in that red Chevrolet, bending every rule I couldn't get to break. Vision making me man. Damn if I would ever change. That's the me you never do. Girl, I wanna sometimes too. So I don't even know that guy smiling back at me. But when I look in his eyes, I can tell he could see growing on, falling hard. Think some girls feel as hard like you stole mine. You know he looks like I don't even know that guy. Yeah, look at them boots and maybe his shades. Go ahead and laugh, baby, it's okay. Man, don't you look too. Hey, didn't even think about love. Guess she was too cool back then. Everything you never met him. So I don't even know that guy smiling back at me. When I look in his eyes, till he can see going on, falling on. With some girls still as hard like you stole mine. You know he looks like with their all the wild crazy can I. There's a million miles between him and me tonight. So I don't even know that guy smiling back at me. When I look in his eyes, till he could see growing on, falling on. Let some girls feel as hard like you stole mine. Yeah, I know he looks like I don't even know that guy. I don't even know that guy. Oh, there we go. A brand new one for you. I don't even know that guy.
Nice, amazing, amazing. What is that? Tell me about where that song comes from.
So that song comes from this. So a lot of people can probably relate to this, and it's kind of it was weird. It was after I had grown a beard finally, and I was standing in the mirror looking at myself, and I'm like, man, I don't even know that guy, and kind of got the thought of, hey, like, man, over time you change so much. You ever look back on a picture of yourself and you don't even recognize yourself anymore?
Right.
Like, and I don't even know that guy. And me and the songwriters got into a room, and you know, it kind of turned into that. It was all, that entire song was just wrote about you and your girl sitting on the couch flipping through some old photographs of yourself, and you look at the photograph and go, wow, you know that guy. And good thing you never met him, because he was wild and crazy. And now I've finally settled down, and with the girl you love, man, I never thought that was how it would be. But it's crazy to see how time flies, and that's pretty much the story behind the song.
That's great. That's a great message too, that you can reinvent yourself and you have different stages in life. So that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, man, I don't know what it is. So many years.
Yeah. My grandmother used to say every 7 years we become a new person. I don't know if there's anything to
Yes,
that,
yeah.
but
I bet there is.
we're digressing a little bit, which is awesome. But first of all, tell us why you're here. How'd you meet Zach? Welcome, Zach, and just tell me about why are you here as a musician? How'd the whole thing start?
Sorry,
Fourth
you're breaking
grade
up a little bit. Were you speaking to Zach or me?
to you, but also I
Oh,
think
okay.
part of the story was meeting Zach as well.
So pretty much how the whole thing started. I started way back in elementary school, fourth grade. There was a country band that used to rehearse in my dad's shop growing up. My old man owned a mechanical contracting company, still does to this day. And there was a country band that played there, and I used to go out and listen to them practice. And I'm like, man, that's what I want to do. And my rhythm guitar player today, that's been my friend since kindergarten, Danny. Uh, his dad got him a guitar, and then him and his brother had a guitar and bass, and then the drummer of the band that would practice in my dad's shop bought me a drum kit, and we started this band. And it kind of carried with us from fourth grade all the way through high school, and it was a rock band back then. And that just kind of morphed itself from growing up with listening to country music from my dad, and always blaring it in the shop, and then rock and roll from my mom. And those have kind of been where my roots have really came from. And then, I started putting out some country covers, and I wrote my first song like senior year of high school, and just trying to. That was like one of my things I wanted to do. I'm like, I'm going to write a song. It was terrible, but I did that, and kind of just one thing led to a next, and I continue to try to hack the code of what, the music industry. When you're sitting at home from little small town USA. For me, I grew up in Medina, Ohio, and I was sitting in, at my dad's house, sitting in my bedroom, going, "Man, I want to be in the music industry. What do I do? How do I?" I would just sit there and search on the computer everything I could find, and then put myself in every opportunity that I could that may lead to a relationship, a connection of something. And it was funny. We had after we had started a band and everything in Medina, and I had met Zach. We had an opening slot for an artist in Ohio named Jacob Bryant, and I was going to try to record a record in Ohio. I was like, "Nah, man, you need to go to Nashville. That's what I recommend if you're going to try to record something." Sure enough, I did, and I never left.
That's a great story, and I love the perseverance. You, like so many artists that we've been talking to, you decided that this was in your soul and in your heart, and then you made it happen.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's really weird, and I would say that pretty much, is kind of the ripple effect with it. That goes for anybody with anything, no matter what you're doing. It's been my dream since a kid, and I just never let that die. And if there's a will, there's a way. And we said that from the beginning. Haven't we, Zach? Like, yeah. There's been times, when me and Zach met, we were scratching pennies. We never thought in a million years that we would. This past year, 2020, we played our first arena show. We went from playing small, little honky-tonk bars in our hometown. I mean, we played a bowling alley in the basement of a bowling alley at one point.
Not even the main floor of the bowling alley, the basement.
The basement of a bowling alley. Yes, we did. We played there, and one thing led to the next, and we would have never thought, like a few years later, we'd be playing our first arena show with Dwight Yoakam, and you know, but I will say, like you said, never letting that flame die and just chasing that dream. You know, chasing those dreams down, no matter what it takes. You know, just putting yourself out there to have the ability to run into those opportunities and build relationships. I mean, if you do that, you're bound to succeed.
Nice. Well, you know, it's such a great story. Dwight's a great guy too. I'm glad you were part of a show with him. So let's hear some more music.
Hey, absolutely. All right. So,
You want got a couple of them for us?
oh, hey, we got more than a couple. I don't think we have enough time. All right, here's a song. I wrote this one with Mike Walker and Luke Combs, lead guitar player, Rob Williford. This one's called Where the Neon Never Ends. 1, 2, 1, 2. Victory rings on tonight's name. If guitars are in the wall, still got shampoo and shower, but she won't pick up my call. The car move on down the highway. Sure did wreck me by. So I thought I'd stay alone forever. I would have all my. Feels like I don't know, keeps on heaven. Man, the beer story's cold on the other side. Your heart's gonna stay broke. Words get lost with the smoke. So if anybody wondering where I've been, you can find me where the neon never ends. Drop a quarter into box. Spotty that time slips away. Let that whiskey rail loose. Blue eyes crying in the rain. Feels like I done gone on, keeps on heaven. Man, the beer store is cold on the other side. Our hearts won't stay broke. Words get lost in smoke. So if anybody's wondering where I've been, you can find me where the neon never ends. Let's get some guitar. I thought I'd stay on forever. I would have done so line. This feels like I done no keep on heaven. Man, the beer sure is cold on the other side. Hearts don't stay broke. Words get lost in smoke. So if anybody's wondering where I've been, you can find me where the neon never ends. You can find me where the neon never ends. Up in the world that's been done. Yeah, where the neon never ends. Up in the world that's been done. Yeah, where the neon never ends. Little honky tonk formula for you. Yeah.
Nice. What are we gonna hear next?
Alrighty. Well, let me ask you this. I don't know if I can see any of the comments on here. Are you able to see the comments?
We've got a couple. Not on yours though.
All right, real quick. Well, let me ask you then. We do this little jam out medley. We throw all these rock songs into one. You want to hear another original, or you want to hear a jam out, a whole lot of guitar playing?
I think that was great. You were already doing a little bit at the end of that song with the end of the world as we know it. So let's keep on that theme. That was killer.
All right, cool. Let's do it. Here's a little. This is a jam out of all your favorite rock songs thrown into one, because a lot of people tuning in right now, besides on our page, they may not know our music. Well, hopefully, even if you don't know our music, you'll like and know these songs, and then y'all will check us out on our stuff and become fans of our music. So, yeah, do a little jam out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. little jam out there. If y'all couldn't see it, I know Zach went over there and kind of went out of frame. But he was playing behind his head. Yeah, you were completely out of frame.
That was amazing. That was great.
Give him a little more in shot here. Show him a little something stanky there in the camera. In frame this time.
Oh.
There we go. In the frame. Sorry about that. Anyway,
Wow.
Yeah, little jam out.
Yeah, a little jam out is an understatement. That's unbelievable. Nice. Smooth as silk and fast as a race car.
Yes, sir. That's how we like it.
So it's great to hear your story about kind of perseverance and moving on through finding your way, and that's something that I'm sure in this time when all you guys can do is just stream or write, or you can't really be out there playing. How has that skill set served? I mean, you've been able to build a fan base live and become a song. Are you still writing? And how are you dealing with this current shutdown?
Yeah, man. I will say this. As far as me on the artist side of things, it definitely hurts. I mean, me and the band have more than anything. We love being out on the road with all the people and the fans and all of y'all watching. That's why we're doing this, because we're here for you guys. And like, it suck so bad to not be able to be out there on the road touring and seeing all y'all every night and chugging beers and hanging out and laughs and fun. But honestly, man, we've been trying our best to make the most of it. And that's what's really great about technology these days, is we can do a lot of things just like this. So if y'all are tuned in right now, thank you guys for tuning in. We love y'all, seriously. And a big thank you to Soundcord for letting us do this awesome this live stream thing. And so like this kind of stuff right here is like been kind of keeping us our heads above water a little bit here, like so where we can still kind of reach the fans and still feel like we're playing shows. The writing, as far as the writing, I've been writing a lot of songs lately. That one song I wrote, I played, I don't even know that guy. We ended up finished writing that through a virtual write, through Zoom. We've been doing that. The only difference, I guess, I would say between the writing sessions with the virtual rather than going to the publishing companies downtown Nashville is you can get up after the writing session and feed your dog and make a sandwich in your kitchen. That's the biggest difference.
Prior to all this, have you played the Bluebird? Is that a fixture for you?
No, so I have been there. I have not played the Bluebird. I don't hang out there a lot. I'm more, I hang out at Tin Roof on DeMumrin every Tuesday night for Revival. That's a big writers round in town. My buddy that wrote on that song, Rob Snyder, he runs that. And then this hat I got on right here, Whiskey Jam, is a writing round Mondays and Thursdays. Right, James? They said Monday and Thursday? Monday and Thursday, yeah. And that's at Winners, downtown Nashville. So anybody out there that's thinking about coming to town, whether you're visiting or you're whatever, those are great things, or trying to get into music. Come to the rounds. That's what it's about. We're out there. There's a lot of people who show up on that every Monday and Thursday and every Tuesday. Yeah. There's other ones, but that's where you can find me most of the time.
That's great. And you're with definitely a great bunch of musicians in Nashville. Obviously, it's music town, and so that must up your game. It's like having come from this, as you were saying earlier, a smaller pond to a bigger pond. That's no easy feat for anybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will say the first time we went into the studio to work at all, when they charted our songs, they did the Nashville number and they charted the songs out, and they kicked the band off in 3 and they played the thing in 2 takes, and we're like, what the? That took a little bit of getting used to. But now we have so many studio hours. It's just like anything. It's kind of like riding a bike. You ride a bike for the first time. It's the scariest thing in the world. By the time you're next thing you know, you're out on the racetrack jumping jumps. it's just like that. It's just like anything. You get into it, and it seems almost like you're not gonna ever fit in and get out here and be in it. And if you just stay persistent with it, you'll get in the mesh of things. And now, we got a lot of studio hours. We've been working a lot with Jason Roller. He plays for Alabama, like the Alabama. And we go and record at his house all the time. He's got a little studio called the Magic Shack. So we, went from, like I said, playing in a basement to working with guys and learning along the way. So yeah, absolutely. Small pond to big pond, it's scary. But if you get out here and do it, don't be intimidated by it. Get out here and just do your best, do your thing, and make friends and relationships. I mean, that's what it's all about. I try to believe most people are good.
Nice. Well, your energy is infectious, Styles, and I can't believe your guitar playing, Zach. Unbelievable. Um,
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
that's if that doesn't inspire someone watching, your energy and songs and that playing, I don't know what to say. But speaking of inspiring, who's going to get this inspiring set of headphones? I think you already gave them away, but maybe give an announcement if you wouldn't mind. Earphones. I'm
Yes,
not supposed to call them
absolutely.
headphones. Earphones.
Yes, yes. So, actually, hold this real quick. 1 second. 1 second. So, if you can't tell, right here, these ones are mine. This is what I listen to. I use them for talking on the phone. Use them for listening to music. And one thing that's been crazy about these things is, uh, they feel really good in your ear. Anyways, I'm like really picky when it comes to this stuff. And they almost kind of feel like an in-ear monitor for you musicians out there. They feel very similar. But honestly, the bass in these is unbelievable. I could not believe the
Yeah.
amount of bass. And when you get this is what we gave away, something similar to this. I don't know what color the Soundcore is going to ship the winner. By the way, the winner for these that won on the giveaway is Jack Mayer from St. Augustine, Florida.
Nice.
Jack, you won. I know I'd already said you won and contacted you and got all your information, but congratulations again. But when you open them up, they kind of look something like this. Gives you all the info, and there's a bunch of different options to choose that'll fit your ear great. So for me, they've been badass.
Nice. That's quite an endorsement. Yeah, we're very lucky to be working with Soundcore and very appreciative of their support of musicians like you. But we're also very appreciative of the fact that you guys have made this your life's calling to bring us this amazing art. And especially in these times, this has been a breath of fresh air, and being able to hear you guys play is a real blessing. So let's hear one more, and thank you for doing it.
Hey, absolutely no problem. And by the way, for anybody that's not on the Styles Haury music page, and if you're on a different page streaming in here, give us a follow because there's been plenty of nights me and Zach will get on there and we'll do a full concert. I mean, we were chugging beers, shaving each other's heads. I mean, doing some really entertaining things. We jumped in a freezing lake. We did a polar plunge.
Oh yeah, that was
hot sauce eating contest. I mean, we're doing all sorts of stuff. Get on there and do a full show for you guys, 3 hours of music, just to try to keep you entertained. Why? Because we do it for you guys. Seriously, we love y'all out there. Thank you guys for all the support, all the streams, and making this possible. Once again, a big thank you to Big Music Co., Soundcore, and Musicians on Call Charity. I mean, this has been awesome teaming up with y'all. So it's been awesome. So here's going to be my last song here. It's called Busy Man. I wrote this one with Jordan Fletcher and Shane Miner here in Nashville at Seagale Publishing. This is one of those songs. I want to give you all a little bit of background on this song. So I had the title, wasn't sure how to write it. Once we got a few other brains in the room, it kind of came to life. And one more thing, just to touch on that, one question I get asked all the time is when you say guys in a room songwriting, how does that work? Well, I would say I haven't been out to LA, but in the New York scene, I mean, I feel like Nashville, as far as the music scenes out there, so this town has kept that part of the music still alive for years. I mean, where guys are in a room writing songs, and that's exactly what we do. couple guys, anywhere from 2 to 5, or I don't know what the most guys on a song is, but most commonly 2 to 3 guys will get in a room, meet up at a publishing company house or building downtown, and you get into a room, come up with a song idea, you start bouncing it back and forth, a melody, a guitar lick turns into a chorus, turns into a song. You make a work tape on your phone, end up recording it, and boom, it ends up a song. So that's what I'm talking about when I said, hey, we're all together writing a song. But so this one's called Busy Man, and it's about, enjoy the little things in life. Don't stay so busy, because before you know it, can pass you by. And that also reflects a lot when it comes to the music industry and chasing any sort of dream. One thing I would say for myself that I've really tried to wrap my arms around and not lose is, even if you're just starting out, or if you're an artist that has already had multi #1 hits and Grammy award-winning songs, I've seen this would pretty much wrap it all in a nutshell. Is no matter what point of your career you are at, enjoy that moment you're in. Whether you're just getting started, you're in the trenches. If you're struggling, that's good. Enjoy the struggle, because you're going to look back on it and go, man, I miss that. Because we did that,
Mm-hmm.
we do. We go, man, you remember when we were like, what would it be like to be in Nashville? Well, now we're in Nashville. That stuff is just, once it goes by, it goes by. So if you're in the moment, at whatever stage you're at, just remember to enjoy the process. And y'all stay safe out there. This one's called Busy Man. Sun ain't always gonna shine, fish ain't always gonna bite, beef ain't always gonna be cold, gas tank ain't always gonna be full, bonfires ain't always gonna burn, back roads won't always be dirty, and moments don't stick around. You just gotta slow them down. Hey, busy man, don't stay so busy, man. Make time for the thing, man. Get turned to time backwards. Take on a busy man. It's your mistake, man. It's a foreign all you don't see it, man. So busy, man. That girl ain't always gonna wait on. Might as well wanna put a rain on. All got a long story to tell. Memories ain't making themselves. Small town won't always be small. Drive home really ain't that long. Your mom and dad call. Just take the time to talk. Hey, busy man, don't stay so busy, man. Make time for the things that can't turn to time backwards. Take from a busy man, you don't understand, man. It's a foreign all, you don't see it, it's so busy, man. Busy man. Take it from a busy man, 'cause I swear I miss it, man. Hey, busy man, don't stay so busy, man. Make time for the things that matter. You can't turn it to your time backwards. Take it from a busy man, you don't understand, man. If before you know you're gonna be man, so busy, man. Yeah, before you know you're gonna be man, so busy, man. So silly, man. Yeah, busy, man. Real long life and sometimes it gets down. It's a thing.
Nice. Thank you, guys. I look forward to having you back. Great show, great playing, beautiful energy. Take care.
Hey,
See you guys
thank you
soon.
guys so much. Remember, this was presented to y'all by Soundcore. We'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Wow. I just want to grab a 12-pack and head out and hang out with those guys all night. Really amazing music, amazing playing, and amazing energy. Thanks again to them for showing up and playing, and thanks to Soundcore. And this is our last Soundcore show this week. I'm sorry to see it go. Hopefully, we'll do it again very shortly. They're an amazing company, and they have done something that we're trying to do at Big Music as well, but from a different angle. What they're doing is democratizing music by democratizing sound quality, getting a product out there that you can actually hear music in a way that it was meant to be heard. I have custom EQ curve up on their site, so you can hear these. You can hear my mixes of the Rolling Stones, Perry Farrell, and other artists the way I hear them. You can hear other producers how they hear it. You're able to get these amazing headphones and have kind of a live studio experience with you wherever you go. The batteries last an insanely long amount of time. All the artists who have been here with us and have talked about these things, we're not really asking them to say all the things they did. This is what they're doing after they hear the product, and they endorse it. And if all of those things aren't quite enough, who else is endorsing is our consumers and everyone who's purchasing them. And you can go on Amazon and you can see over 2,000 reviews, average 4.5-star rating. So they're a great product, and we're excited to be associated with them. And also, just before we leave, I'd like to give a shout out to Musicians on Call, our associated charity. They bring the healing power of music to those in need. And we're looking forward to seeing you on Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific with Leah Anderson. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend.